Ladies and gentlemen, ahead of us is the Super Bowl. Wait, the Super
What?
Bowl? The Superb Owl, the big game, the season finale of season 55 of the National Football League. What better way to wrap it up than with the one, the only, the gobbler from Gwinnett, now residing in parts unknown, perhaps?
Parts unknown. Yeah.
The great Griff. Welcome back to When's World, Griff.
So excited to be here. We have made it. We have, I was going to say defiled all the haters. We've defied all the haters, defied the odds. And there's a Super Bowl. How about that? That's quite the accomplishment in itself.
It is. We've made it. We have made it to 2021. It's like the second part of a great movie installment. And look, let's be honest, Griff. Neither of us had these two teams playing against each other on Sunday.
No, but we all made a mistake and doubted Brady again. And look, with a okay team, here he is again. 10th Super Bowl? There's only been 55 of these.
Crazy.
This guy's been in almost a fifth of them.
Almost 20% of the Superb Owls, or the big games, have been played by the second greatest of all time behind Jimmy G, Gucci Man, Garoppolo.
That's true.
But look, this is the first time in 8 years that this guy has been a dog. He's a 3-point dog at home.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
An underdog.
An underdog at home against the Chiefs. There's so much to get into. Griff, you've been chomping at the bit. You were in the Zoom room seconds before start time. Could tell you're excited. I want to get your predictions on the goings on, perhaps some wacky prop bets, what we're going to see, what we won't see, commercial spots, all of the above. So let's get to it, baby. What have your dreams told you?
No, okay, here's the bottom line. If the Bucks, I'm rooting for the Bucks. I'll be up front. No shame. I want Tom Brady to win again. He's the GOAT. He deserves it. But if they're going to win, it's going to be a close game. On the other hand, the Chiefs could win this game. They could be up 21-0 after the first quarter. That wouldn't shock me. I could very well see this being a very boring Super Bowl. And it'll be boring because the Chiefs are the ones winning. They will just, they're so good. They remind me, and other people have brought up the same thing, the Golden State Warriors dynasty. They're just so good. And they're not quite hateable. They beat my beloved 49ers last year in dramatic, heartbreaking fashion. And I don't totally hate the Chiefs. They're kind of likable. They're kind of a fun team to watch. So I could very well see them just dominating this game. I think LeBron at some point had a few finals where, LeBron, some claim, is the GOAT. And there was a few finals where he got run off the court. He's lost before in the finals too. Tom Brady, the GOAT, he's lost before too. Now, when he lost, those were both in dramatic fashion. But if he loses tomorrow or on Sunday, it'll be, I think it could very well be in a blowout. Now, if it's a close game, I like Tom Brady. The Bucs defense is good. And arguably, they have a better wide receiving core. I think we've talked about that. The Chiefs have Tyreek, but the Bucs have Evans, Godwin, Scotty, and of course, Gronk is there. And they arguably have better running backs. So it's going to come down to which defense shows up. Does the Chiefs defense that has had flashes, they've looked good in some games, like really good, is that defense going to show up for the Super Bowl? If so, I like the Chiefs a lot in this game. But if I had to make a prediction, I will make a prediction. I'm going to let my heart overtake my head. I think the GOAT comes through once again. Well, no team has ever played a Super Bowl in their home stadium, correct?
Correct.
Let alone has any team obviously won a Super Bowl in their home stadium. Let's fire off the cannons, baby. I like the Bucs 33, Chiefs 26. Tampa Bay
7-point game?
Yeah.
So Tampa Bay by 7, you say?
Yeah.
I love Bruce Arians as a coach. Here's a guy that kicks you out of the building at 5:30. Kicks his coaches out, says, look, if you're not done by now, you did something wrong. Go home to your family.
Mm-hmm.
He's the kind of coach that'll pick up the renegades of the league. Antonio Brown, that kind of guy. He picks them up. He nurtures them. He fosters them. And this is the kind of guy you want leading you. Can he lead his team to his first ever Super Bowl?
Well,
Now,
he's not the leader. Let's be real. He's kind of half admitted it. Tom Brady's in charge of that locker room.
Sure, he's throwing the passes.
Tom Brady's the only reason this team is in the position they're in. He brought a winning culture and attitude down to sad sack Tampa Bay, and look where they are. It proves, and this is already proven, we don't need to get into this today, but the Brady Belichick, it's like chicken or the egg. I think it's been proven this year already. It's Brady.
Well, that's pretty clear.
And Bruce Arians isn't a good coach.
What are you talking about? Oh, man, tepid takes here in one's world. We're going off the rails here. I think a couple things that we need to address, first of all, is what you said. This is a home game for the Bucs. Right. Should home game festivities be honored?
Yeah.
If you're the home team, I say yes too, but the league officials don't agree with you. They're not going to allow the Bucs to fire off the cannon when they score. And I think it's highway robbery. If you've fought hard, you won the games it takes to get you to the big dance, why not fire off a cannon or two? It's not killing anything.
Right. I don't, they want to keep the neutral environment or whatever. I don't get that. This is the first time it's happened in 55 years. Let's let the home team enjoy it. They've earned it. The likelihood of this happening again, obviously, is very low. So, what's it hurting? They've earned this opportunity to play in front of their home fans,
Yeah, well, the healthcare workers, I think there's going to be like 7,500 strong in the stands, all vaccinated. So don't worry.
Yeah,
you can't catch it over the television set.
Keep wearing the mask, though. Keep wearing the mask.
I'd wear a mask. Actually, to make snacking easier, I went ahead and cut a hole in my mask. So that way I can just feed myself without taking it off. Still a safe bet.
Probably about the same protection. I won't get into that.
Hey, listen. Hey, don't be a truther. Don't be a mass truther here, Griff.
Whoa.
Yeah, stay woke. But speaking of, I want to talk about the goings on. You talked about Godwin. And when you have God, you always win. And this guy in the slot is going to be a madman against that KC defense. You talked about that KC defense. Can they contain Tom Brady? Can they contain Mike Evans, Gronk, Chris Godwin in the slot position? I don't think so. I think at first you might see a 3-and-out. We might see a 3-and-out on Brady's first drive, but he's going to find ways to pick that secondary apart in the second half. He just finds ways to win.
Brady, as you mentioned, is the master dink and dunk guy. He's so good at it. It's taking his time getting down the field. And that's going to be I think that's going to be part of the game plan come Sunday. Keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. The less Patrick Mahomes plays, the higher likelihood the Bucs win.
Well, my question for Mahomes is his big toe playing? Because
that's a good question.
His big toe is hurt and his starting tackles are out. So can you guard that outside pass rush coming from all sides? This Bucs defense, we've seen sacks in the postseason from not only the front four, but also the linebacking core, corners, and safety. So what is Tampa Bay going to do? Are they going to throw the kitchen sink at Mahomes? And the other question that you have to ask yourself is, how is he going to handle it? Can he handle that blitz? Is he going to be able to escape that blitz? Because this is a speedy, smart, savage, hard-hitting defense in Tampa Bay that, truth be told, let's look at it for just the logistics. This team is sleeping in their beds on Saturday night.
That's true.
They're not traveling. They get to eat breakfast with their families and their baby mamas. This is a big deal. If you're Kansas City, you're rolling in Saturday night. There's no festivities, as we've seen. So I think this is going to play somewhat of an impact. I think the Bucs being at home, cannons or not, the Bucs might win this game. Unless Kansas City gets off to a double-digit lead in the first quarter. They go up 10-0. Stick a fork in me. I'm done.
Because then Brady's going to have to start throwing 20-yard passes, and at 40-something years old, his arm can't do that anymore. I think he's shown that pretty much. We also haven't taken into account the Jackson Mahomes factor. I don't know if you're aware of Patrick's brother, TikTok star Jackson Mahomes, there's a very good chance he could be on the sideline doing TikTok dances, distracting the Bucks. That might come into play come Sunday. So keep your eyes on that.
Oh, I will. I'm for sure the TV cameras will be peeled on Jackson Mahomes. Does he have the same flowing locks, the head and shoulder locks that his brother Pat has?
He's got some flowing locks. He's very he's a good dancer.
Well, the men in the Mahomes family are no slouches. They can cut a rug, that's for sure.
That's true.
Can they cut some turf? The season finale, Super Bowl 55, Griffin Adkins. Before we leave, a couple things that we want to cover is, in your view, the first Super Bowl commercial. What company is it going to represent? And is it going to be funny or serious?
First off, I think overall, I don't think we're going to see a lot of, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they will go this way. I don't think we're going to see a lot of fun this year.
Oh,
I think it's been trending that way, hasn't it, lately? It's more
political.
Yeah, I don't want to use the word virtue signaling, but a lot of that, like these companies showing that we care, lots of that kind of stuff that they try to tug at the heart. Lots of Tom Rinaldi type commercials, essentially. I'm sure there's a way to figure out who's going to be first online, but I promise I haven't looked. I think is GoDaddy still around?
Sure. Every time I mistype a website, GoDaddy pops up, so I'm sure they are. I'm going to go with Toyota. Some unity through car buying. Okay, most outlandish thing that you think is going to happen throughout this game?
Outlandish. You go first.
Perhaps a nip slip by the weekend at halftime. I'm not sure.
He claimed it's going to be a PG-rated halftime show, almost family-friendly.
Well, you know what? I'm waiting to see. I enjoy PG-13, to be honest with you. It's what I look forward to.
Those PG ones get a little boring.
Yeah, they do. And honestly, like the kids are asleep by 7:45. So let me have my time with my dancers. Wait, did I just cross the line? I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not. Okay, so most outlandish thing. What do you think?
Are we talking about in the game?
Sure, you don't have to talk about the weekend's halftime show.
I don't have to talk about the weekend's halftime show. Besides the fact that he claimed there won't be any special guests, but I think there will be a special guest. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be David Spade. David Spade.
So the most irrelevant person you could have ever named besides Joey Wensler. You might as well have Joey Wensler up there with him.
It's the resurgence of the return of David Spade. I also think there's a chance one of the quarterbacks will be knocked out for a portion of the game.
Ooh.
It'll become a major storyline. Twitter will be a buzz. I hate saying that, though, because I feel like that's almost like manifesting and wishing bad upon it. But
you did. You should feel awful.
I mean, one of them has injuries.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. Whoa. Could that really come true on Sunday? We got a taste of it a couple weeks ago. Is Chad Henne the new Nick? Why did I just blank on it? Foles.
No, he's not the new Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a statue.
Will there be a statue of Chad Henne after he beats the GOAT?
Ooh, wouldn't that? Okay, other prop bet. If Brady loses, will he be a punk and not shake Pat Mahomes' hand like he didn't shake Nick Foles' hand?
He'll shake Patrick. He'll shake Mahomes' hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he'll shake, or will they do like the fist bump, or will they do like elbow daps?
Oh, they're all cleared. They'll just hug
it out. Do you think they'll do the one-armed hug or the full
full embrace, talking to each other's ears, and say, "I now anoint you,
new GOAT."
The GOAT.
I think we're gonna see a pick six by both of these quarterbacks. That's my tepid take for this segment.
I like it. I think it's very possible.
So your first commercial is 84 Lumber. Mine was Toyota. No, wait. What was your first commercial?
GoDaddy.
GoDaddy. That's
featuring
right.
David Spade.
Featuring David Spade. Mine's going to be Toyota featuring Henry Ford.
Oh, that would be quite the crossover.
Oh, what do you think?
Promoting their new crossover car.
Hey, I like that. It's like the perfect vehicle for zombies. Speaking of zombies, we never ever like to leave an episode with
It's true.
the great Griff without the sage lyrical wisdom of one zombie, Tom Petty.
He's thinking. Into the great wide open.
Under the sky so blue. Did I do that right?
Yeah, look at that.